Hello everyone, my name's Hayden Shearman. You're tuned into Tempo Fit. We are at the Pouakai Track in Taranaki, New Zealand. Let's go running. So one of the first things you notice about this track is that the track itself is made up of all these little slats. Hopefully you can see that there. All these tiny little wooden slats, which is great because you're basically running on swamp. This is the middle of winter. We had a lot of rain last night. The only problem with it is you kind of feel like you're getting your feet about to get stuck in it, so your toes might get jammed in these little wooden things. You're going to break your middle toe. That's never going to happen, but it's always kind of in the back of your mind, so you got to keep watching where you put your feet. The other thing that I'm worried about, it's the middle of winter, and last night we had a lot of rain and a lot of snow above 800 meters. Now today we're going up to about, I think it's about 1200 meters, starting at 400 meters. So what's that? About 800 meters gain. Halfway along, I'm expecting to encounter a bit of snow, which I'm excited about, but we'll see how runnable it is. Alright, so it's time for a little wardrobe change. As I find in these cold winter mornings, I usually have about 10 minutes where I'm wrapped up nice and warm, and then I just dump the jersey or dump the jacket. Today I'm just gonna go down to a t-shirt, but most importantly put the gloves on as we get higher and higher. Whew, it's starting to get cold. So this gradient of this track isn't too bad. It's certainly runnable. It's just steep enough to make you want to take a few little rest breaks to soak in the beautiful lush bush. Check that out. The rainforests around Mt Taranaki are truly spectacular. In fact, the roads that access the mountain, it's almost like they carve a hedge, you know, an inverse hedge through the middle of these forests. They're just so dense. It's really incredible. So a lot of rain on this mountain, and in winter, a good amount of snow. So we're going to encounter some of that soon. Are you one of those people that gets madly excited about snow falling? I'm definitely one of those people. In fact, I turn into a crazy little kid really when the snow starts falling. And in fact, I took my 5-year-old daughter out yesterday to see the snow falling up the mountain, and I can tell you now, I was about 3 times as excited as she was. That was the first time she had seen snow falling, and I was even more giddy about it. But this mountain was actually the same mountain that I saw snow for the first time when I was a little kid, 8 years old. We grew up not too far from here, but first time I'd ever touched snow. Was so excited that when we got to the car park, opened the door of the car, hopped out, had a full-on asthma attack, had to be shipped down the mountain and put on a ventilator for the next 3 days. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen today, but you can tell why I'm pretty pumped to today run up to the top of the tree line and get amongst the snow. We'll see how much there is at the top. Now speaking of snow, we found our first little bit of snow just here. Nice, look at that. So we're getting higher, we are getting higher. So often when we're running technical trails, it can be tempting to just keep your eyes on the ground, keep your feet on the ground as well, but and not really pay attention to what you're actually running through and running past. But I can tell you now, like just taking a few moments to catch your breath and look at this beautiful bush running through. There's moss on the branches, there's ferns, lush ferns on the forest floor, and it's just stunning. I can see the trees are getting shorter and shorter as we come up towards the top of the tree line. We're getting higher and higher, onwards and upwards. So as you can see, the layers are going on because it's got a lot colder. It's a lot colder, and there is snow everywhere. We're breaking through that tree line, getting up to where we'll start to see some pretty epic views. Got these little bridges crossing over here, little streams. Got to watch where you step, that's for sure. Yeah, so it's absolutely stunning. This is part of why I love running in the snow. You just get this amazing transition from bush into alpine wonderland. Sorry for not filling you in more while I was out on the trail, but my battery went flat. Oh no! But I did get to the top and I didn't have an asthma attack. Good. We had probably about 10 centimeters of snow on the top. It was freezing cold, but beautiful running conditions, and gotta love winter running on the side of Mt Taranaki here on the Pouakai Track. If you're in the region, give it a whirl. It's a nice, easy, probably about 45 minutes up, probably about 30 minutes down, so not too bad. Alright, so the run is done. I'm back at the car park, and a couple little pointers for you if you're going to do this for the first time. First of all, just the distances. It's 5.9k up to the top to the tarns there, which is sort of the main lookout point. Keep in mind that there's a lot of vertical climbing. The track's not what you could call technical, but it becomes technical just because of the slippery nature of the boardwalk, and that's sort of the second point. Just watch out, particularly coming back down. The boardwalk can be a bit, can just catch you out, especially if it's wet or icy like it was today. Lastly, if you are going up this way in the middle of winter, be prepared for a very icy top. Now, I take the approach of wearing minimal clothes while running, keeping your hands warm with some gloves, but basically being prepared for like you're going snowboarding or skiing once you get up onto the top. So having those jackets, thermals, just pile on the layers when you get up to the top, especially when you stop and have a rest, start taking some photos. Temperature comes way back down. But cool run, man. If you're in Taranaki or coming to New Zealand, make sure you tick this one off.